How's it going again? Wanted to make a video about being doers of the word. This seems to be a topic that we kept bringing up throughout some earlier videos, but I really want to focus on this one topic. You know, forgive the road noise, and maybe you might hear the wind. I hope you don't, but anyway, we need to be doers of the word and not hearers only. Because if you hear the word and you don't do anything, you're held accountable to that word that you hear. And God says if you know to do good and you don't do it, it's sin. So even if you feel like, hey, I'm not doing anything wrong, even if you don't do anything right, you're sinning. So, I mean, kind of think about this. If you saw someone, if I looked over here and I saw someone getting, chased, I could tell it was a robber chasing some woman, trying to get her, and I didn't get up to try to help, what good am I? I mean, I'm useless as a human being. If I can't stand up and help my fellow human being when they're in trouble, when they're in need, then what good is my existence? Now I want y'all to think about this. There's so many homeless people out there right now starving. Me and my uncle just got through this past weekend going out and helping them, and it's something I don't even do enough. Which hopefully me and him are going to be able to do that more often. But if we don't help people who are in need, those homeless people, what good are we? They need help. How would you feel if you were homeless and hungry and having to sleep on the concrete? Maybe you'll get to eat tomorrow, hopefully. Maybe you'll get a meal today. Your life is so uncertain. Maybe somebody will come steal all that you have. Because even though you're homeless, you still got a few things, and even those few things can be stolen from you. And then you have zero. You have nothing. Can you imagine being on the street right now with nothing? No food, no money, nowhere to lay your head, no warm shower, no comfortable bed, no family, no wife, nothing, no husband. It'd be terrible, wouldn't it? So how come we're not helping people? Don't be content with just going to church on Sundays and Wednesdays and thinking you're good. You need to be doing something with your Christianity that you say you have. And I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be bold and blunt in my statement here. We need to get off our butts. If you think I'm cussing, I'm sorry, but I'm being just literal with you. You need to get off your rumps and go do something for God. Go do something for Jesus. There's plenty of work to be done, but nobody's doing anything. Yeah, I mean, there are laborers, but even God himself says the laborers are few. Now, does that mean there's a shortage on Christianity? No. We're supposed to be the #1 religion in the world. We got more people who claim to be Christians than any other religion. But the problem is we get content with going to church, and that's it. Going to a church building, sitting in the pew on Sundays and Wednesdays and calling it a day. But that's not what we should be doing as Christians. There is work to be done. And the laborers are few. I would love to be doing a lot more than I am, but unfortunately, I don't really have that much money. But I am able to do something. I'm able to do something. And I'm doing it. And I'm not bragging about myself because it's not about me. It's about him using me. But you're able to do something. You may not feel like you have any talents. You may not feel like you have any money. But you're still able to do something. Something's better than nothing. And yes, I'm asking you to do something because there's too many people who aren't doing anything. And it's just speaking about the homeless, that's just one thing, but there's also other things. You could go into a nursing home and speak with the older people who need who need love too. You can go into the hospitals and pray with people who are sick or dying. You could go to an orphanage if you can find one and speak with those people, the young ones, because they're by themselves. There's so much that can be done. And if you don't feel like going all the way out there to do that, well, there's something to be done in your own neighborhood, your own town. Find something to do. This life is too short to waste. Yeah, you may feel like, well, I got a job, I'm working 9 to 5, I barely have enough time with my own family. Well, Scripture says that you cannot be my disciple unless you hate your wife, your mother, your father, your son, your daughter, and even your own life. And before you get caught up on that word hate, the word hate there means to love less. Jesus is saying, if you don't love everyone less than you love me, then you're not fit to be my disciple. Yeah, it's good to provide for your family. Go to work and provide for your family. It's good to spend time with your family. But you can't leave it there. You got to spend time in working for God in His kingdom. And I'm not trying to harp on y'all. I just really want you to get with it. Get with the program here. The kingdom is at hand, and the end is near. Jesus is coming back, whether you want to believe it or not. It may not be tomorrow or the next day. I'm not going to put a day on it or a time. But He's coming back soon. So, blessed is the man, blessed is the servant whom the master finds well doing. When Jesus comes back, don't you want to be doing something for Him? Scripture also says there was a man who buried his talents in the ground and just gave Him back what he was already given. Don't do that. Be the one who goes out and gets 10 more to bring back to Jesus. Hey, I found 10 more people to serve you, Lord. Hey, here's 20 more. Here's 30 more. Here's 100 more people to serve you. Time is coming short. It's running out. Don't be wasting it on frivolous things. And don't even be wasting it on things that are good. Yeah, spend time with your family. I'm not saying don't. But don't just spend all your time with your family. Don't just spend all your time at work. Don't spend all your time at church even. Yeah, these are all good things. But there's a time for everything. And there needs to be a time for work. For Him, His kingdom. You may be working at a job where you don't really get much time, but you need to find some time to be working. And you can even work at your own job. Work in the sense of spreading the gospel at your own job. You got to be doing something. Don't be content with just going to church, like I said. Don't be content with just reading the Bible. We all need to be doing that. But you have to be putting forth effort. You have to be putting in some work. And even in my own life, I haven't put in enough. And I'm making this video. But I'm making this to hopefully stir you on to even doing more than I ever did. Scripture even says that Jesus said we will do even more than He did. So I'm not making this to be boastful. I'm making this to hopefully stir you on. Because we all need to be stirred on. We all need to be poked a little bit. It don't feel comfortable, but hey, if it gets you out there doing something that needs to be done, it's worth it to me. And if you see me just chilling all the time, tell me. Let me know. Say, hey man, what are you doing for the Lord lately? And don't be mean. Don't be mean to somebody else. If you're watching this video and you start doing something for the Lord, don't be mean to other people. If they're not doing anything for the Lord, but talk to them about it. Say, what are you doing for the Lord? Because work needs to be done. But anyway, God bless y'all, and thank you for watching.